Hello you guys, this is Colatius and Latius, and this is the first time I'm making a video. I swear. I just want to sidetrack for a second. My memory can be so bad because I didn't even check the community comments until now. But I'm like, it's just, I hate when my memory isn't that good. And so, but thankfully I checked it because I actually got 5 comments on it. And one of the comments actually, well, I'm not sure what part of the specific picture they were asking about. I just took a guess and assumed they were asking about how I made the picture frame or the whole thing. I'm not sure. So, this is the first time I'm making a video like this. I could make more videos because it's I'm learning more and more, and it also has to do with looking through the Starry Corridor too, especially the part with the picture frame, because when making Starry Corridors like these, they definitely take, what's the word I'm looking for, like you actually have to know how to do these properly. Technique, I'm not sure if that's the proper word to use. And what I like to do is I like to go through the Starry Corridor and I like to take pictures because looking through the Starry Corridor is so relaxing, and also it gives me ideas on how to actually make stuff. Notice that I'm not saying copying because that is not my thing. No. When I mean inspiration, if you hear that, that's because I'm moving the chair. I'm talking about just getting a start, or just simply how to know how to do this or that, or simply because I've been wanting to make those horror pictures where like it seems like one of the characters' heads are cut off, and I slowly kind of knew or figured out how to sort of do it just looking at the pictures and stuff like that, or something like that. So I didn't really, okay, so I believe the question was like asked, how did I do this? I don't know if they're talking about the picture frame or that. So I decided to use the background. So the problem is to get this background though, you have to get that recharge from that Time Palace, and it wasn't cheap. I cheaped out though, but you basically had to get no diamonds. So I finally used this because I don't remember where I read it, but somebody was like, I think they were the first person to actually use the shattered background with this. So I'm like, you know what? Let me actually do that. I want to challenge myself and use this background for that. And surprisingly, it actually worked out well. This is also the first time I used that picture frame like this because I've seen so many Starry Corridors where they've used it as if it's like a picture within a picture. So one thing though is, yeah, I actually liked my competition entry so much that I actually made it my Nikki. Surprisingly, or not surprisingly, it did terrible. So I might make this into a Starry Corridor. Now what you want to do, okay, so let's do this. This one was a very tricky to do because the problem with me and Starry Corridor is it helps if I have something picture in mind. So it's like, what the fuck do I do with this? What do I do? And I kept seeing these beautiful colors and flowers, so I'm like, okay, maybe flowers. Other than that, I had no idea what to do. So what I did was I just went for the obvious flower things. And sometimes what I like to do is just click on stuff because, well, not these obvious ones that I know I don't need, like the doctor stuff. And I like to experiment if I'm stuck. Because, like I said, when I'm stuck, bro, I just don't know what the hell to do. And I experiment, and I'm like, this might work out. So that is exactly what happened because I did not expect to use that picture frame. So I just started experimenting. Well, first of all, to get the picture frame though, it is a recharge. It is from the Jewel Ocean that you could get it from the secret pack for $10, but you get 2 suits and a background, so it's definitely worth it if anybody wants to buy it. So what I did was, so yeah, if you're stuck on making Starry Corridors, one thing you could do is just do what I did. Just pick an outfit that you want. At least picking the outfit is probably the easiest thing. Maybe sometimes dressing it could be a bit tricky. And if you're stuck, just start experimenting, clicking on items and see if it works out or not. So I think I did that. I think I had to decrease that. I know I'm not changing her hair or any of that for this. It's just like I wanted to block as much as I can because I don't want any of this to show, which was actually easy to do, surprisingly. Even though the suit is censored, I still think it's gorgeous. Yes, I said it, I don't like censorship, but it didn't come from this server, so I am okay with that. Actually, no, but what can you do? So, this is what I did. I did not know. I just didn't think I would make this picture frame, yo. And I went for the obvious because I knew I wanted to at least make it flowers. I just clicked on that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to duplicate this exactly. So, as an example, alright. So I did something like this here. Oh, Jesus. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think the picture frame was a little bigger. What the? Sometimes it don't register and I hate that. Okay, now obviously I have to fix that. So at least make sure you get it proportionally, obviously. Crap, how did I do it the first time correctly? So it doesn't go out of the picture frame. Okay. I guess I had it like that. Nah. How the heck did I do it, bro? That, either I had that covered with that or this here. So, very surprisingly enough, I just did not realize I was going to make a thing in there, but hold on. Like a forest thing. But stuff like this here. Now, it's pretty cool. Now, obviously, we have that to worry about. So sometimes you gotta have to, if you want to cheap out the easy way, so it doesn't show that it's shoot. Could just simply do that, something like that, and then obviously, I know on the reset, I would have to fix that, and then if once you have that, you could start adding things to it that makes it seem like it's a picture. So I know I had this. So I had her. I know I'm too lazy to fix that. Obviously, I would have taken my time to. And now, if you want to make it different, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the people, like him, because I made him smaller to signify, or is that the right thing to explain? Like he's like further in the background. Is it reverse? I did something like that. Yeah, something like that. Make him smaller, looks like he's just simply further away. And yeah, I actually do have a Twitter, but I remember when I first got it in 2017, it got suspended. I'm like, what the fuck? So I just like stopped using it. And then all of a sudden, I finally got determined to fucking use it again. So I contacted Twitter, the email yesterday, and thankfully they unlocked it today. That's great. So I have Twitter. Although I use more YouTube and Instagram than anything. So, but you can still follow if you want. It's thankfully I got the brains to change the name to my YouTube account name, Colatius Latius, and also Instagram, so it'll be the same thing. if you want to look for it. And then I just added that. Just simple stuff like that. And then I know I had Fusu's deer. I couldn't believe how amazing it looked, because it just seemed to have matched with the picture way too much than I actually thought it would. Let's see. I know he was much bigger. There we go. And then I need to fix that. Is this proper? No, it's not. Okay, there we go. I know. You gotta. What I like is because that thing there has animation in it. So, there we go. So just little stuff like that. The only thing that I wish is we don't have, that we could put more items still, because I think the limit, somebody said, was 15 items, which isn't really that much, to be honest. Like little stuff. Now, again, obviously I would have to work on that bottom part to cover it up, but if I guess I could use this here. Oh, but then I would have to cover that. But you get what I'm trying to say. So, oh man, I kind of wish I did that in the original, but I don't think I could have, because I reached the limit. And then how I covered the back, I had a feeling that egg carriage was going to be a useful Starry Corridor item, and I was right. That was my first, like, 1,700 view that I actually ever got. I was stunned. I'm like, what? Is this right? I'm like, what the heck is going on, bro? I didn't plan on using this. I was just like, what do I use to cover her on the back over here? Because I just did not know what the hell to do, man. I just didn't simply know. Now, oh, oops. Okay, I guess maybe that egg part covered this part. Again, as you can tell, I would have to move it around, but... So we got that taken care of, because like I said, the background. So yeah, you also have to work with the background too, because if you don't, you might get a little stuck. So it's also very important to do that. Which is why I made a last minute change to one of the Starry Corridors, because I had the snowy background for one of the fairy tale requests, the snow trace background. I'm glad I changed it, because it looked so much better. I used the dark background. So see, there we go. You got your picture frame. This item is my first thing that got me that much view. See what I mean? Like, if you also know how to use the background very well, then you could definitely even make some nicer Starry Corridors. All it takes is definitely a lot of practice and making sure you know what you're doing. Because if you're like me and you get stuck, row, you're gonna get stuck, bro. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I don't know how helpful this is, but yeah, I tried, bro. Quick mention, this here, well, I didn't plan on making it Disney related. It just happened. So yeah, you see that I used that carriage, bruh. That's the first time I used those things from the Shanghai, that event with the travel moral song, I think. Because a lot of people keep using him as rails or something. Not just those, but the golden lights from Treasure, the vampire event. So I was like, let me make my first time railing, and I somehow did. How did I make this? Jesus Christ, I have no idea. I didn't think I would make this that creative, but I somehow did. What was that? That was light, bro. car lights probably.